Okay, so I left her cage open like this so she could get into the litter box, and it looks like she scratched it up a bit, so she may have peed here, and then she went and hid under the corner over there. And she's been there all this morning. But what June found when he got up, which I didn't see, was this. So it looks like she had to poo last night, and because we didn't have any litter, she came over and dug up one of June's potted plants and went in the pot here. I'm actually glad. I'll clean it up later. It didn't damage the tree or anything. It's no big deal. But I'm glad that she was able to have a bowel movement, because it means she's at least got a healthy digestive system. We fed her quite a bit yesterday, and I was quite worried that if she had any problems, especially with blockages, that could have caused her some problems. But she seems to be doing okay. So we're going to the vet. Oh, poor kitty. All right, I'm gonna get her out now so we can head over to the vet. We're on the way to the vet. Kitty, meow. Oh, do we have any tissues? Yes. Hey. Meow. 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 Yeah, it's okay. Alright. Alright. We'll be there soon. Okay, so we just dropped Kitty off with our vet. I really like our vet. He's a really nice guy. He's the one who figured out what disease Hina had, even though he said he'd never seen that in a cat before. But he still managed to figure it out even before we got the test results back.
He was also our private consultant.
Yeah, he's been... Haku is such a troublemaker. Like, he gets into so much trouble. We've had to call the vet a few times before to be like, Haku ate this, like, what should we do? And he always gives us lots of advice on the phone and tells us what to do.
What did he exactly eat? What did he chew? What was the material of the toy? And how big it was? And then you should do this and that and wait for this month and see what comes out. And yeah, he's great.
Yeah. The vet said he's going to examine her today and like try to figure out what all is going on with her. Obviously he could see the tail needs to be amputated. I told him that her leg, I think her rear left leg is broken too. And so he's gonna check all of that. He didn't want to like move her too much while we were there, so he didn't check to see if it was a girl or a boy right now, but he'll let us know later. We'll check up on her tomorrow. And they said that they can keep her until we get back from America if we need to. He said that he's never had to keep a cat that long before. We're a first for him for a lot of things. He seemed quite surprised that we also brought in this cat that we found on the expressway in this condition. But he was happy that we brought her in though. But yeah, he said they can keep her until we get back from America if we need to, and they'll give us a discount too because it's going to be such a long stay. Anyway, we'll know more tomorrow, so I'll update you guys then. So we're on our way to the vet to check up on the kitty. This is June's family vet, so it's kind of far away from us, but we really like this vet and we really trust him, so I wanted to go to him above anyone else. So I'll give you an update in just a minute. So the vet let us take videos of everything so we could show you guys. First of all, he told us that the kitty is actually a boy and he's only about 6 to 7 months old, so he's still really young. Poor thing. Here are his x-rays. The vet said the whole front of his body is perfectly fine. Obviously his tail is broken and his rear left leg is broken, like I thought. It's pretty broken in 2 different spots here. He also did a blood test and he said those results were pretty normal as well. And he also did the FIV tests and our kitty was negative, so he's perfectly fine there. He does have a stomach worm He said that worm can be really difficult to remove with traditional medicine that you eat. So he said he's going to give the cat a shot, which should get rid of it in one go. But he'll have to check again in a couple weeks to make sure there are no more eggs in Kitty's poop, to make sure that the worm is completely gone. But that shouldn't be a big problem. As for the broken leg, the vet thinks that because Kitty's still so young, he should actually be able to heal that pretty well himself. And he showed us x-rays of some other kitty cats that had fractures that actually healed over themselves pretty well. So he thinks surgery is unnecessary for the leg, which would save us a lot of money, and it might be less stressful for the kitty as well. But he's going to keep an eye on it, and if it doesn't look like it's healing, then we may need to do surgery later. But for now, we'll just try to let the leg heal naturally. But the tail, of course, does still need to be amputated. We also got to see Kitty for a little bit. He wasn't very happy. Poor thing. We also decided on a name, I think. If it was a girl, I wanted to call it Kiki, but because it's a boy and getting another look at him, we decided to go with Poki, I think. Poki. We picked kanji. The first kanji is the kanji used in aruku for walk. So the first kanji is po, walk. And then ki, the kanji there means live. So it's kind of like he's our little wandering survivor kitty. I think it suits him well. And he looks like a Poki to me. But yeah, maybe I'm not good at naming cats. I don't know. That's what I came up with. And we also got estimates for all of the costs for everything, so I'll go ahead and show you guys that now. Alright, so our vet is really amazing. These are all of the prices for everything our kitty has to get done, which is really not as expensive as I was expecting. Oh geez, Tuna, I'm going to need your help for translating these. The most expensive part is actually the pet hotel, because with our Odigo trips and with traveling to America, we are not going to be home for the next 2 months, actually. So we have to find someone else has to take care of the kitty for 2 months. And since the kitty has bones that need to heal and treatments, and like the vet has to keep an eye on his poop to make sure that he gets rid of all of the worms and stuff, we feel much more comfortable leaving it with the vet while we're gone. And we've done that before with Hina, and
the vet is actually cheaper than pet hotel.
The vet is actually cheaper than a pet hotel, and like there's nowhere else we could take him right now, and so I would rather just do it this way. And so typically it's 2,000 yen a day, which is about $20 a day, which is a lot cheaper than a pet hotel and not super bad. But he gave us a pretty big discount. So you can see the normal total would have been this for 6 months, $1,200 basically. But our total that we have to pay is only $1,100 and about $40, and that's everything. So the vet gave us a really big discount on everything, which was super nice of him, and it's going to help out a lot. The only other thing is if his leg isn't healing well, the vet's going to be checking on that while we're gone, and if it looks like it's not going to heal well, then the vet may decide that it's better to do surgery later on, and obviously that would cost a little bit more. But for now, he's going to try to let the kitty's leg heal on its own because he thinks that'll be effective enough. This is a lot cheaper than I was expecting anyway, so I think it'll be really easy to get a little bit of help with this doing a small fundraiser. So we don't need to raise a lot, and even if we don't make all of this, I'm pretty sure we can manage the rest of it on our own because it's not as bad as I was expecting. I'm just glad the kitty is doing well. It seems like he's not really used to humans right now. He's really scared. I feel bad for him, but hopefully he'll get better with that now that he's getting lots of food and lots of loving care. The vet's going to wash him for us, and I think he'll turn out okay. And yeah, there won't be any problems keeping him with Haku. I'm basically planning on keeping him. I know June wants another cat. June really wanted to pick out his own cat too.
After I lost Hina?
and I still want to let him pick out a cat. So it'd be
okay.
kind of difficult for us to have 3 cats, but I think we could do that.
It's okay.
But anyway, I don't have any plans on giving him up anytime soon. But one of the biggest things to consider, I think, is after he's all healed up, how he's able to handle Haku, because Haku's a bully. Haku's kind of a big bully. He's a really big kitty, and he's really powerful and has a lot of strength. And since he's still kind of young himself, he likes playing, but he plays a little too rough for a lot of cats. Like, we couldn't keep him together with Hina either. Like, when we had both of them, we had to keep them separated at all times, especially because Hina was sick. He seems like he can look out for himself after all he's been through and how well he's doing now, but we'll have to see how he gets along with Haku too, because it wouldn't be fair if Haku's just constantly bullying him and like picking on him, and if he can't watch out for himself. So we'll see how they get along together once we come back from our trips, and we'll update you guys again then. Hopefully he'll look a lot better. Then he'll be all clean and healed up. Thank you guys for being so supportive, and if you want to donate just like $1 or something, we don't need much for this because it was a lot cheaper than I was expecting. I'm gonna put together a fundraiser before I upload this video. I'll put it down in the description box, but if you want to donate something, we don't need much. If not, it's okay, because whatever else we need, I think we can manage ourselves. So thank you so much, everyone. I'll see you guys next time. Bye. We came to visit Haku while we were in the area. Haku. He doesn't care about us. He just wants the other kitties. He's so fluffy.
遊びていいよ。遊びたいよ。あとお腹下す。お腹空いたよ。朝やったよちゃんと。兄ちゃん遊びたいよって言ってるよ。お。あれはまあ別に普通にやるんだって。すごい。仲良くなりきれないんだ。ハグがめっちゃ遠慮してる。こいつが本気で呼ばれたらすごいよ。I can hear her alien voice.
でもなんだっけ、虫の注射を1回今日打って、うん、でもう一回検査していなければそれで終わりって感じ。絶対じゃないけど。スコティッシュのイメージが全然崩れるんだけど。あ、取られた。スコちゃんってこんなんなの？
ハクがびっくりする。